The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother. This country sucks! This place sucks! CNN masturbated all fucking day. Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass! I want to kill myself! If I think it sucks, I tell you!
The Joe Cronin Show.
My ass. I just creamed. I just steamed. I'm shooting the laser beam. I just shit my fucking pants.
Alrighty then. That was Smackdown. Interesting Smackdown. It kind of started off, I thought, like, on fire. I thought I loved the way it began. I was like, damn, SmackDown's awesome right now. Then it kind of started to fizzle. And boy, did I not give a shit about that Becky Lynch, Charlotte promo point. Even when Becky tossed the crutch, it seemed stupid. See, it's, and we're happy, right? Because we wanted that. It's almost like they were listening. Anybody else feel like they were listening? They were like, we gotta get that crutch out of here. And they did. Becky threw the crutch off to the side. But it felt like she should have come down to the ring first and be like, hey, I've got some good news. I don't need this. But it was very nonchalant, like, oh yeah, haha, I did it. She tweeted out that she hates the crutch the other day. I don't know. What's up, Jake the Mark Fuck?
She needed to get rid of that ASAP weeks ago, but yeah. For her to need it so much Sunday and Monday and then come down Tuesday and be like, I'm fine.
Yeah, it didn't seem right.
She should have still used it tonight and then come Monday or Tuesday no longer have it. That's it. Tonight would have been the last night.
Well,
it just seems odd to go from last night needing it so desperately and relying on walking to tonight being fine overnight. Whatever. Minor gripe, but
the way they did it was just not right.
Well, that's the thing. The whole angle is just running out of steam here.
Yeah, it's all done because they overfucked it.
Charlotte feels like she's just there to eat the pin.
Really?
I feel like that's, their way to protect Ronda and have Becky win. Charlotte gets pinned. Ronda disappears for a little bit because she's not listed for anything past Mania for quite a while. And then Becky and Charlotte can feud with each other over the title. It doesn't feel exciting anymore. It doesn't have that same gravitas that it had when we thought it was going down months ago. At least not to me, anyways.
Man, I'll be shocked no matter what. I'll be shocked if Charlotte or Ronda gets pinned, because they never let those two get pinned. So I will be shocked.
I mean, everyone's saying Becky's definitely going to win. It doesn't mean Becky. We thought that Asuka was going to win last year, and we thought that Nakamura was going to win. Both the Rumble winners lost. We thought that was a lock, and that didn't happen. So
if it keeps staying cooled down like this, I could see them pulling out on it.
Yeah, and I told you a few weeks back. I said I'm really worried about this feud. If they continue it this way, the fans are going to lose that momentum they have for Becky, and it seems to be coming to fruition. That's for sure. People just aren't as about it as they were beforehand. How can you blame them? They've just shoved it down everybody's throats. They muddied it up so much, and they made it so complicated, needlessly complicated, by adding in suspensions and arrests, and it just didn't need most of it. So I don't know where they go from here to get people fired back up. Ronda's trying, but they need to keep these women away from each other at this point. They're doing more harm than good.
Well, I can honestly tell you that this SmackDown bored me by the end of it. By middle to the end, I was very bored. I don't know if you felt that same way, but I just felt bored. I mean, Kofi was cool, and it was interesting to see what Vince was going to say, and now he's really stacked the deck against Kofi. I mean, at this point,
with the gauntlet match,
everything just seems so obvious going into Mania that's why it just feels like whatever. Like, let's just get to Mania because this is fucking boring.
It really is, and I know my eyes aren't even focused at this point. I've got an awful, awful headache, so I know I've been a crank tonight, but I've gone ahead and just not enjoyed this SmackDown at all. It just wasn't good. I'm sorry. I like Shane's explanation. It made sense, better than what I thought it was going to be. Everything else felt like a waste.
Yeah, Shane started the night where it was pretty cool. I liked the way he started the night. Seemed like it was going to be promising, and then it just... I didn't have much to say about it. I mean, Shane, I like the promo kind of. Why he's mad at fans and stuff and doesn't make sense, but that's classic heel type of stuff. Whatever. Aleister Black, Ricochet, all them in a big match. Seemed like it was going to be a DQ, which I'm surprised about. They didn't do that. Did they have they had a pin?
For which one?
The Aleister Black Ricochet match?
It got broken up by the New Day.
Yeah, that was a DQ. Yeah, so I couldn't remember what happened.
And see, that's the problem. It just happened. You forgot it already. And
yeah,
I wish they had the New Day destroy the matches all night. That's what I thought they were going with. And the problem is here, I literally tweeted out, it's Daniel Bryan's B+ player speech from Vince. It's just Vince giving it instead of Triple H and Stephanie.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, he literally said, you're a B+ player. And I'm like, wow, I said that a second too soon. And so many people on Twitter, we're going to get, Occupy SmackDown, and it's the same thing. And it literally is, here we go again.
It's the same thing, except this time you have a regular superstar heel to take on Daniel Bryan rather than have to delve into the Randy Ortons and Batistas to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically the same. It's the same story as Daniel Bryan's Mania 30 story, kind of.
Exactly. And then they roll out the carpet for Randy Orton saying, you have to beat this man. And I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of okay with that. It makes sense because we know backstage Randy was the one that stopped Kofi from getting the title all those years back, 2009 and 10-ish. A lot of politicking backstage ruined his, possible run and trajectory then.
Yeah.
And I was like, they could, this way they keep AJ and Randy away from each other. Kofi feuds with Orton until they get to, all right, then they run everybody else out. And it's like, it just feels so forced to have another gauntlet match. And that's the problem. A lot of this is forced. And Keith and a few others in the chat said there's 20-something days, 26 days till Mania, 28 days, whatever it is. There's so few matches made already. Have we ever not known what The Undertaker was going to do in this capacity? I mean, we at least knew last year, the question was whether or not he would show up.
Yeah, John was calling him out by now, right?
Everybody people were like, the years where Kane and Undertaker wasn't there. Yeah, even if he's not there at all, he wasn't there when Bray Wyatt called him out, but people still called him out. Bray Wyatt was calling him out weeks ago at this point. Kane had called him out for weeks at this point. Time and time again, we had an idea of The Undertaker, who his opponent was going to be. There's so many unknowns for Mania right now. It is baffling. We hear all these different things. Now John Cena puts up a picture on Instagram of Kurt Angle from when he won the Olympic gold medals. So John trolls a bit too, but kind of seems like that's what they're leaning into happening with John versus Kurt. And then, well, who does Samoa Joe face? Are they just going to keep repeating the Fatal 4-Way? We know now that Roman's going to be getting Drew McIntyre. Okay, that's a bit better. But we don't know if Dean's going to be wrestling, be doing anything. There's just so many what ifs. There's a big rumor going around today that, they have big plans with Finn Balor at Mania.
Well, he's going to be the Demon.
But what's he going to do? Is he going to face Taker?
He's going to face Bobby Lashley.
Maybe. Is he going to get another ice? Because, the lovely Twitter accounts that like to state the obvious said, I'm figuring they took the IC title off of Finn for a reason. They have to have something for him at Mania. So all these articles are being written and quoted off of, I think they have something for him at Mania. That he thinks. Because the reason they took the title off of him was to finish the Lio Rush Bobby Lashley story.
Well, I don't think they're done. I think it's going to be...
It's not done, but to get them back together, that phase of it.
It's going to be... I think it's going to be Lashley and Finn Balor for the IC belt at Mania. But this time he'll be the Demon, and he'll say, you've got Lio Rush in your corner, but I've got the Demon, And I keep doing the Australian accent for some reason, but whatever. He's gonna. That's basically what I get out of it.
It's just not exciting. We've seen them, countless times now. Monday at Raw, this coming Monday, we're going to see them, fighting for the IC title again.
You said coming. Oh, Super Chat. Super Chat party.
Insta, BOTCHCLUB, the Wrestle Daily, #Joe Bear.
Hell yeah, baby. That is my buddy Botch Club. Shout out to Botch Club. You got to get on the Instagram, baby. Instagram Botch Club, the Wrestle Daily, #Joe/Bear. Go look it up. All my bear moments are on the Botch Club Instagram. Check it out. I think they're at like 18,000 followers. I don't know. It's getting insane. You know what they should put up is that clip of me being Batista and Triple H. Like, you want it? I'll give it to you.
I saw the Spice Girls earlier.
That'd be funny.
Smackdown 4/10.
Poop Drop becoming a $5 shit bum. That's funny. Poop Drop. Thank you for the $5. Giving SmackDown a 4 out of 10. I think I agree with you. Yeah. I thought it was better than Raw. I think, but.
Oh, really? No, see, I thought Raw was better.
I can't even remember Raw. Dude,
I left Raw excited last night. The Drew and Dean match was really good. I really liked Ronda's promo.
Raw was better. You're right, because those couple moments were better than anything that happened on SmackDown. You're right.
Yeah. Adam Ant said that, it definitely seems all but confirmed that Taker's not wrestling at Mania.
Yep.
And he'll be in the Hall of Fame next year. That seems to line up and make sense with, what we've seen so far. With he might show up at Mania, but not in a wrestling capacity. And I know that's hard to believe.
Why end his career with Roman, but then come back against Cena and all these other things he came back for, but then not have
Here we go, about to get
a last moment?
Here we go.
Here we go.
No.
Is it me or does this Kofi Kingston storyline is a lot better than Becky's?
Yeah, Kofi's now overshadowing Becky, John Wills. Now you can also see why Vince McMahon tried to keep Daniel Bryan and cover up other people to keep him away from Roman, too, by the way. Because once one thing starts happening, it takes the focus off the other thing. So, John Wills, you now see kind of why Vince tries to cover up shit to push Roman. You see what happens. Kind of interesting. What were you saying,
once your
Jake?
new shiny thing comes along, attention spans wane and people don't have the the same feelings for that individual. We've seen it time and time again, but I mean, look at everything that's going on with Asuka. She has no opponent, and she was the biggest thing a year ago. She won the Rumble, and from there, it changes so often.
Chat party.
This show was okay 4/10. More excited to go to Red Sox opening day at home against Toronto than WrestleMania. Love you, Joe and Jake OBJ the Browns woo.
Yeah. Gonna be a good time. Hopefully you enjoy opening day if you're going there live. We also hear that reportedly Eminem is signing a deal to appear on SmackDown Live, so that's interesting.
Wow, after all these years of the Eminem rumors.
Yep.
Jim M, thank you for the $4.99, Jim. What's up? Yeah, there's been all these rumors for years about Eminem. Hey, let's take a phone call because I feel spontaneous. Jim, thanks for the donation, man. All the donations are on as always. 833, you're on the phone.
Press 2. To hear the phone number, press 3.
Press 6. Well, they obviously
trying to get more phone calls. Raw's ratings, they gained a little bit of an edge. They had an average of 2.81 this week. That's 36,000 more than last week. But the big thing to note here is that they didn't lose as many viewers as they usually do. The second hour actually had more viewers than the first, and they didn't lose as many for the third hour. So that's a pretty important factor for them. They only lost 86,000 by the end of the show, when usually it's 300,000 to 400,000 some days.
Yeah, they've done a little bit to stop the bleeding somewhat here.
Yes.
314, what's up?
Hey, it's Gooner.
Gooner! What's up, Gooner, dude? How you doing?
Chiefs fan in the house.
Oh, I'm sitting here depressed watching the Blues getting killed by the Coyotes, but nevertheless, what a abysmal SmackDown tonight.
Well, what, abysmal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, because it put me to sleep for the second half. It started pretty good. I was like, cool. And then all of a sudden, dude, I just found myself getting more tired. If it wasn't for my kids, like, running in and doing stuff where I had to yell at them every couple seconds, I probably would have passed the fuck out. Like, this shit was not much to say from a lot of this stuff. It's all just delay. Now we get the classic gauntlet match of Kofi.
And they canceled the U.S. title match that was advertised between Samoa Joe and R-Truth. And they pair up, the faces and the heels for tag matches. And they did that twice tonight. I don't care for when they do that, when they force people to work together. And, Mustafa Ali and Kevin Owens took on Daniel Bryan and Rowan. I understand Daniel Bryan needed a win there, and we haven't seen much from Rowan. Okay, if they did just that. But they also took the Fatal 4-Way and made that a tag match as well. So when they force you into those scenarios, it's boring.
How about this one? If you want to get some heat on this situation, can I explain something? I got an idea. What if Kofi defeats the Gauntlet, right? Next week, defeats the Gauntlet. But at some point, like, the Gauntlet participants are going after Kofi, like, unfairly. So the New Day interferes to help him, and they actually help him get one of the victories in the Gauntlet. So he gets them all himself except maybe one, because they're there to protect him because they were teaming up on Kofi in the Gauntlet matches. And so then Vince comes out and goes, well, very good, I guess, Kofi, good luck at WrestleMania. But, because you two decided to, interfere in that match, whatever the hell, like, Kofi, you're going to be competing now against all these men in a 6-on-1 or whatever the hell handicap match next week or whatever. And it's like, oh, okay, whoa, that's crazy, whatever. And then Vince goes, oh, and by the way, it's elimination, so you're going to have to eliminate all 6 of those men. It's like impossible, of course, so he loses. But then he also says, oh, and also, by the way, Kofi, if you lose, Big Langston and Xavier Woods are fired. Like, holy shit, so now Kofi has to compete against these guys 6-on-1 or whatever the fuck it is. And of course he loses because he can't beat 6 guys on one. And Biggie Langston and Xavier Woods are fired. And they ended up showing up to support Kofi at WrestleMania. And I don't know, I just think that would be added to the story, because otherwise, what are Xavier Woods and Biggie doing? I mean, they're probably gonna be in the tag situation, I guess, but it's like, I don't know, I might go there with it, but do you feel that would be a waste of them for the tag belt situation, or what do you think?
I absolutely think it'd be a waste of them for the tag belts, because I think Sanity should be involved in that match, first of all. And second of all, don't you think they're going to split up the New Day and have them go after Kofi for the belt after Mania?
I mean, I keep thinking they're going to do that. And, perhaps what I might do, and, I don't know what I would do at this point. you could have Kofi win the belt at Mania, and you could literally have Big E and Xavier, who are fired in the front row in regular street clothes. They could jump the barricade at the end of Mania to celebrate with Kofi. And as they're celebrating, but then all of a sudden, way at the very end, you think it's about to go off air, and they like spear him or something and fucking attack him and beat the shit out of him. And you're like, what the hell is going on? And you could do something like that, and then that would be like, what the hell is going to happen? Like, what's happening?
Evolution turning on Orton,
And you're right. I mean, kind of like that, yeah, except for at Mania.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, maybe. And I'm trying to... What do you think about that? Do you think that, or do you think New Day should just be out of this whole situation?
I'd prefer them to be out of it.
Definitely.
Go ahead,
Jake.
Like they should, like Xavier and Big E. You want to like take Xavier out, make Xavier and Big E in the tag team division. They're kind of separate from Kofi at this point. Like, right? That's what we want. That's what you're saying.
Oh yes, that's absolutely.
Well, then my idea wouldn't really work out then, because then they're shadowing there, and now you're involving Big E and Xavier in Kofi's whole situation.
Yeah, see, they still have a few weeks, and this is what I was going to say is what Adam Ant just said. He said he heard that they will have Kofi face his teammates the WrestleMania before, or the SmackDown before WrestleMania, to earn his spot. So he'll get through the gauntlet match, and now Vince is going to say, you have to wrestle Xavier Woods and Big E.
Right.
And Vince will tell them that, there you go, that's what you needed. You had to beat your sidekicks and break away from them.
Yeah, but also you could just lay down for him. So
they could, but maybe there's a stipulation where, like you said,
fired.
They get drafted to Raw, or they get fired, or some type of punishment for them. So it's they have to actually compete. Because he did say tonight, the only way you would be considered for any type of Hall of Fame spot is with the New Day. You didn't do enough on your own. You're riding the coattails. So they want Vince wants him to break away from the New Day in order to have this match. That kind of lines up and makes sense.
I literally have the idea I was just talking about. I literally have that example right here. This is exactly it with Teddy Goods winning the belt in front of his two friends who helped him. This is literally the whole idea. I just realized that this is literally the same thing.
My Uncle Randy, sitting over there, he gave me my first ever wrestling magazine. The Macho Man Randy Savage is on the cover. Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah, can you feel it, Mike?
And I was hooked. And then his sister, my Aunt Gail, bought me my first ever wrestling toys for my birthday.
Teddy Goods winning the belt in front of his two best friends. Like, what a night.
Half of you weren't alive, but I saw the Hulkster battle with Mr. Perfect. What a match! My body and tanning pad I'm wearing. You're probably wondering, hey, what's up? Look at all the bad ASS with his muscles and his mustache. And right now, Jim's fighting for his life. Because you guys are my friends. The Hall & Oates one more time and make it a good time.
Here we go, baby! That's what I'm talking about!
You could do this. You could totally do this ending with Kofi and Xavier and them, and I don't know. Then you could get right into like, wow, he's fighting his friends now all of a sudden. Like,
he's the world champion. He's the interstate champion, Mike. And I've never felt such elation for somebody before.
Hit the music.
This is where the copyright comes. You just mute it right here, and you go do.
What I want. And think about it too. If the New Day, if Xavier Woods and Big E have to lay down for a pin or something in like that scenario,
right,
then they're there at Mania supporting Kofi.
Right.
That's the perfect gripe for them. You went through us to achieve your dream. What about our dream?
Yeah, what about our dream?
What about our Mania moment? What about,
or even if they were fired or in trouble, we had your back the whole time. Like, you didn't do anything to stop us. We lost everything, and you're whatever the hell crap. They
were only the host of WrestleManias at one point. I mean, they've been ignored, several times. The New Day, they've been overlooked, and they've been ambassadors more than wrestlers for just as much as they've been champions as well. But I mean, it goes both ways. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a little look. I don't even know if I like that idea totally, but I just thought of it, threw it out there, and then realized I had video of that exact situation. I know a lot of people don't understand the wrestlers I was showing, but you get the basic idea of it. Let me play what you guys are saying.
Super Chat Party.
Jay, what's up?
WWE needs managers again. These wrestlers need it.
I
Give
agree.
me Slick, Freddie Blaze, Captain Lou.
Hell
Only
yeah.
a handful of personalities. Pray to Bobby Heenan.
Jay, I absolutely agree with you, man. God, I would love to be the manager for some people and just be able to talk. And just be able to be, fuck you, I'm not saying that. We're saying this, and I don't care what you have to say. By the way, phone calls, anybody has trouble, I'm sorry, I had the thing plugged in. It probably sounded weird, but I did fix it, so give a call up. We'll put you on the air. All that other bullshit. Thank you, Jay. I agree. They need more managers, absolutely.
Let's face it, Vince doesn't give a good goddamn about his roster deserving an opportunity or his product interreeling in ratings. His ego justifies his promos back in the 90s and noughties.
It said naughties, back in the noughties. Vince hates pancakes. Vince hates pancakes. Thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum. Good to hear from you. That's a great name. I like that name. Shane was one of the better things of the whole night, to be honest.
Shane and Randy Orton sounded...
Oh, Randy Orton's promo with AJ was great.
That was really good. That was the best Orton has sounded in a long time.
That was fun. That was actually fun. I was like, this is great. Keep going.
Do you guys think Kofi will win next week?
He doesn't have to win because it's a gauntlet, but I think he probably will. I think in a weird way they're gonna, like I said, he's gonna beat 2 guys or 3 guys. Then he may lose the last guy, maybe, I don't know, but he may beat almost everybody, and then they cheat. But then the New Day saves him, and then now Vince is gonna punish the New Day for the next week. That's what I see happening. That he gets through it somehow, but then now something really crazy is gonna happen the next week. Whether that's, well, now you're going to face New Day, and whoever loses gets fired.
Here we go, about to get it, man. Here we go. Oh, no.
SmackDown 5/10 Styles Orton promo was good. Please have DB versus Kofi be the main event at WrestleMania.
It may have to be now. It may be the main event at WrestleMania now. I mean, this Becky Lynch stuff is cooling down, and they really only have themselves to blame, I believe. Hey, 267, you're on the phone. What's up?
Hello. My name is Christian from Philly. I'm a huge fan of your show, and I would like to say that you are 100% right. This SmackDown was not that very good tonight. It was not that very good. Randy Orton was the only good thing on this show. Randy and Shane McMahon was okay. But I think I know what's going to happen with the Batista and Triple H match. I think Ric Flair's going to fuck over Triple H.
Oh. Wait a minute. He's going to fuck over Triple H.
Yes, he's going to fuck over Triple H. And here's why. We didn't see Batista technically attack Ric Flair backstage. All we saw was him closing his locker room door, and we heard noises. And now, Triple H this week confirmed it would be a no-holds-barred. So what if Ric Flair came up with this idea to get Batista a match at WrestleMania, and he's going to fuck over Triple H?
Wow, that is pretty interesting. I have not heard of that yet.
It's really unexpected.
I can't imagine it happening. I mean, certainly, obviously, I can see Rick showing up to maybe attack Batista at some point. But wow, that would be very shocking. That's really interesting. What are the chances of that happening, Jake? What do you think?
I don't see it happening personally, but that is a crazy idea.
It is a crazy idea. It is very crazy. But you know what?
It's a good fantasy booking.
As retarded as I think that is, that's straight up out of fucking Vince's book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is something Vince would do. And that's the thing. I mean, so many people are sold on the fact of Kofi is going to win, and they're sold on the fact that, Ronda's going to lose and Becky will walk away with the title.
Yeah.
That's we had thought this years before with things. Oh, Roman's finally going to get the belt. And, last year, like I said, with Nakamura and with Asuka. You know, neither one of those happened as planned, as we had
Are they gonna
obviously thought.
They're going to give the happy ending to Becky and Kofi? I don't know. Someone might miss out.
And I had originally, weeks and weeks ago, we had viewers send in the commercial for the week after WrestleMania, talking about how Daniel Bryan would be defending his title at SmackDown. And I know their placeholder matches and things like that, cards always subject to change. But you never know, because, I mean, look at it. We've seen recently, they just spoiled that Bobby Lashley last night was going to win the IC title. They had a commercial showing that Bobby Lashley next week defending the IC title against Lio Rush and it's like, oops, they let that out too soon. And as you said, the left not knowing what the right's doing. It's happening more and more. They even advertised next week, before we got through Raw, they showed that, and they showed it again tonight on SmackDown too, that next week we're going to get a Shield versus Drew, Baron, and Bobby rematch from Fastlane on Raw, as well as the appearance of Brock Lesnar and Ronda Rousey. So we know that, Lesnar's definitely there. They said that on Raw. Ronda will be back, and it's interesting to see if we get this Shield rematch. So it seems like they're spoiling things a lot lately with these advertised matches. And it also said that we would get the IC championship match between Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley. And, this aired before Bobby Lashley won the belt. So it seems like it's going to happen.
Yeah, that is, I don't know anymore, because I think that I have to go back over the numbers again, but I spent a while going through a lot of these, situations and things where we were trying to research and remember, how many times things were advertised and then they did or did not happen, or what details happened. And it seemed to me when things were advertised, like, I forget exactly what the numbers are now. I tried to find the folder, but it was something like when things were advertised, like 60 to 50% of the time, those happened.
Yeah, it was like 3 out of every 5.
But 70% of those times when they did happen, they sometimes didn't involve a belt that was advertised or something. So like a belt wasn't on the line, but that match did happen, or a belt was on the line and the match happened, but there wasn't a belt before probably. So like it's safe to say like there's a 1 in 4 chance that exact thing happens. And there's a 2 in 4 chance that something about like that happens, and then there's the 50% that it's not even what's going to happen at all.
It gets confusing.
So it's, it is worth looking into a little bit, like when you see the advertisement for a match. The other thing that was done when we were running these numbers, and it was me and this other guy, Mark, a little while back running these numbers. He was just in all the numbers. He was sending me all his numbers. Then I was running my own things. And we came together on the notes, and this is a while ago, like a couple weeks, 4 weeks ago. And I never made the video on it because I could never get a hold of him again, but I still have all the information if we ever want to do a video on it. And basically what I came up with was, and then if that thing was advertised, that I think it was like 25% of the time, if that thing didn't happen that was advertised, it did happen within the next 3 months. So it's just weird stats. I mean, I spent 5 hours doing this, and he spent, from what he told me, weeks doing it. So, and this was all a compilation of the data that we started saving about 8 months ago. About 8 months ago, I said, dude, it'd be interesting to find out what comes true and what happens with these things. And so that's when I started keeping track the best I could. And I said out loud on a show one day, I said, I didn't keep track of all of it, unfortunately. Well, he did. The minute I said that, he started to keep in track. He sent me what he had, and I found that, I only had about 70%. He had 100, and I matched up his numbers with mine. They were equal, and then he had the missing parts or whatever. So like I put it all together, and that's what we came up with. So it's just it's a little. You can never know for 100%, but it is interesting to know that about 1 out of 4 times that thing happens, and 30 something percent. What is it? 30% of that time, the match actually happens exactly like that. It's very weird.
Starting to sound like Scott Steiner here. 66 and a third percent of
dude. Yeah, fucking Scott Steiner. Hey Scott, what is Scott doing? I wonder what he's doing right. He's probably doing a line right now. Scott,
yeah, really.
Fucking. He's probably. You know what he's doing? He's probably trying to suck off Buff Bagwell behind a dumpster. That's what's happening. Hey Scott, we hear you, brother. Man, he sucked. And then WWE. Well, not the first time. When he was with the Steiner brothers, they were fucking awesome. But they went to shit.
Gooner Chiefs fan also said that the Shield had been advertised for an April 19th show in St. Louis, and that's after Ambrose's contract would have expired. I thought his expired later in April. Is it right after Mania, or is it the end of April?
We were coming to find out it was right after Mania, if I remember.
It was right after Mania?
Yeah, it could be the end of April, but he's definitely not. He definitely didn't have a contract in May.
Yeah, I know it wasn't in May.
It didn't go into May. So if he's got something going into May, and also the Shield right now is on a like a farewell tour. So even though they said, on Raw, like this is the last time on whatever, like no, they're like doing house show stuff right now. Like they're doing a farewell tour still, I believe, right now. I think they're still booked.
Yeah.
So it's not fair. It wasn't farewell Sunday. It wasn't farewell tonight or Monday, and it's still not farewell if you're going to live shows for the next couple weeks at least. Because they're still going around touring, and they are the Shield. And they're selling a lot of merchandise right now, to be honest.
Give me a hell yeah!
Guess who's back? Back again?
The Waterboy!
Waterboy, tell a friend to stay hydrated or Captain Insano will dropkick them in the dick. Orton and Styles promos were good. Styles even pointed at the sign. Automatic 10/10ths promo.
Oh my god. Thank you so much, Waterboy. Some high quality H2O. Automatic 10 out of 10. Damn. I didn't give it that high. I would say I was into it, though. That was awesome. The back and forth with the real shit, that was hilarious.
Party.
They were calling each other out. I loved that.
Looks like there's going to be 17 matches at WMWTF.
Looks like there's going to be 17 matches. You might be right.
Kind of feels that way. I mean, we're looking at a 6-hour show.
Well, 7 hours, right? I mean, the whole pre-show.
Yeah, well, pre-show will be 2 hours. So
Robbie Hyde, thanks, man. Yeah, the regular show will be, 5? So you get 7 hours total.
Ridiculous.
7-hour show. I'm ready.
That's insane. Yeah, and it's apparently with Dean, whatever they had offered him.
Party.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on yet.
What do you think will happen at the Gauntlet match next week? Smackdown 5/10. Love you guys.
Sultan is wise. Thank you for the $4.99. I mean, again, I think he'll probably win next week, but again, New Day will help him win because they'll be cheating, and then they'll have to fight back to do it, and then they'll be punished by Vince somehow in some way. So that will be really interesting. Like they'll be banned from being in the tag team match, or they'll get fired. Like I said, it'll be something's gonna happen. Because Vince is feeling feeling weird.
This is what Vince wanted to say. Kofi, I mean, look at you. First, you are a black juking and jiving. You will never be one of champions. All you black people are good for is cooking collard greens.
Oh, God.
Dance for me, you dirty, stinky black ape. Dance for me.
Oh, God. See, that's the thing, Harry Steve, is I don't think Vince really hates black people, so the better...
It sounded super racist.
It did. But here's what it should be, Harry Steve. What Vince needs to do... Where's my mic? Where's my red mic? This is my promo mic. I got to pull out my promo mic. What Vince needs to do... Here's what Vince needs to do. Kofi, when I was a boy, I used to watch... And you're an African American, Kofi. How do I say this? As a white, fairly privileged, man, as a boy, I loved entertainers. I love black entertainers. I love black entertainers. It's why we celebrate Black History Month the way we do. It's why we celebrate our black athletes. Because when I was a kid, black people were my entertainment, Kofi. One of my main entertainments. Sure, I loved lots of white entertainers as well, but man, I'll tell you, I saw the black entertainers like Little Richard and Chuck Berry and so many different black African-American entertainers. But that's always what they were. They were a circus act, entertainers. They made you feel it was kind of silly, you know. But then when you saw the men in the ring like Bruno Sammartino, now that was a champion. He was a god in the ring. Bruno Sammartino. He wasn't like Little Richard. Little Richard was fun. Little Richard could shuck and jive and do a little dance. But Bruno Sammartino, he was a champion. And Kofi, I fancy you a little bit more like Little Richard. A little bit more like many of the great black entertainers like Jimi Hendrix or Little Richard or Chuck Berry. You know, you get up there and you kind of shake, rattle, and roll. You know, but you're a good entertainer. And that's why the World Wrestling Entertainment is entertainment-based. And you know, that part of it you're good at, but it's the other part, it's the champion part, Kofi, that you're really missing. You know, it's the champion material. It's kind of just in your blood. It's kind of just in your race, Kofi. And I don't mean it to be derogatory in any way. It's just some people are made to be sort of the dancing puppet, and others are made to be leaders, champions, and Adonises. And Kofi, there's nothing wrong with being an entertainer. There's nothing wrong with being a song and dance man, Kofi, because I love a song and dance man. But you're just not championship material. And Kofi, that's why you're a B+ player. Look at this, Kofi. When you think about, all these entertainers, but Elvis, Kofi. Elvis. Even Elvis was the king. And the reason why is because his genetics, Kofi. You don't have this. Like, it can get really weird. But if you tone that down a little bit, made it a little more subliminal, you could really turn that into a weird undertone thing where Vince isn't racist, but yet he is, you know. But they would never go there. They would never go there. But he doesn't even have to bring up any of that. All he has to bring up is, you know, I see guys like Triple H, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, like John Cena. You know, those are guys who are main event. Those guys are box office. But a guy like you is a sort of a sideshow, you know. And you know, I expect you to go out and dance and throw pancakes and play the trumpet. You know, you're pretty good, but you know, you're not an Adonis. You're not a.
You're no John Cena.
You're not John Cena. You're not Stone Cold. You're not Triple H. You're not a. You know, that's not what you do. And there's been a lot of people who let's face it, who look like you, who it's always kind of the same.
Coco couldn't get the job done.
Coco Beware, you know. Can you imagine the fucking heat? Like if he started listing like Coco Beware and like Ahmed Johnson or something.
Yeah, let him say all that in Detroit. You know?
Oh my God, dude, it would be hilariously crazy. He would get mega heat. I mean, that would really get shit stirring. That would really get shit rolling. You know, to be honest, like, you know, but also, you know, Booker T was a champion. You know, it's not like that didn't happen.
But that was WCW's champion that they just
in WWE.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if it wasn't pre-established, if he didn't already win it in WCW, right. I always believed that they would never have allowed him to you know.
And they wouldn't even let him do it originally.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even let him because Triple H fucked this guy over, basically. I mean,
the pedigree heard round the world. Yeah.
I get it that they had to make it tougher on him because he was WCW. But here's the argument you could make for that. Here's the argument you could make for that. Here's the argument maybe people that were there would say. And 301's on hold. I'll get you in a second. A lot of guys from WCW didn't make it at all in the WWE. They came in and they were just shit. They were shit on, right? Yeah, Junkyard Dog would have been another good example. But here's the thing. Booker T did make it. Most of those WCW guys did not make it. So even though we're sitting here saying that there's all this bias maybe and things like that, they did put Booker T on the main stage.
He was also booked different too. He was kind of booked to succeed. I mean, there's a few different sides and camps with that, but I understand what you're getting towards.
Well, I mean, who cares how he was booked? He was booked. Nobody else was.
I mean, they did give him that opportunity, but
every other WCW guy, see you later.
Yeah, pop fizz and
Billy
fade.
Kidman's white. He got fucked. Man, he didn't translate in the WWE at all. 301.
No, DDP didn't either. I mean,
DDP looked like a fucking AIDS patient out there. But he did. But both those guys, I love him, and Billy Kidman does a great job in the back. 301. What's up?
Hey, Joe, Jake, what's going on, guys?
What's up, man? How you doing?
All right. Hey, Michael Cole. I was dying in the car fire, Michael Cole.
Would you say you want to fire Michael Cole? Is that what you said?
He said die in a fire, Michael Cole.
That's all I wanted to say, I guess. Yeah, I mean, hey. I mean, I probably Michael Cole wants to. Because he doesn't want to be announcing anymore, and he's going to have that damn guy in his ear every day.
Pour me a beer.
Michael Cole probably doesn't want to be there anymore.
Yeah, Scott Steiner didn't get fucked. Scott Steiner couldn't compete in 10-minute matches.
Scott Steiner...
They showed his weakness by having his matches not be super quick.
Matt Welcher, thanks for subbing. Scott Steiner was just unfortunately breaking down, and he lied to WWE. Scott Steiner said, hey, I'm okay, guys.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete.
No. Not at all.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head.
Donnie, what's up, Donnie?
I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
How many total title shots is there going to be on the line at WrestleMania?
7.
I'm thinking at least 5. The way everything is going, I cannot see 5 title changes.
Yeah, no, I can see probably 1 or 2. Maybe 2. I can't believe more than 2. But you never know. I wonder if they're... Donnie M, thank you, Donnie M, for the $10. Because of how business is, I wonder if Vince is going to go with everybody good winning almost. I would expect this to be a very face mania. Only because when people feel good and stuff, like then good things start maybe happening. And if they still feel bad and down and they have to keep chasing...
Give me that hell yeah!
Decent show tonight. The promos were outstanding.
Yeah.
You can tell Orton, Styles and Kofi were speaking from the heart. I give tonight a 6 out of 10.
Wow, TJ, thank you for the 316. I mean, could be my mood, but I gave it less. But I do agree, though. I think Orton, Orton and AJ Styles, for instance, they probably sat in the back like, hey, I can say this. Hey, let's go out there and like shoot on each other for real. Like you say this, and I can say, yeah. Then you could say that, and I could say this.
Hell yeah!
I'm sure they came up
Cleveland.
with it. OBJ. Giving the Cleveland shot. Where were they tonight? Were they in Cleveland again? They weren't. They were not in Cleveland because they kept saying in Miz's hometown the other day.
Yeah, they were in Dayton, Ohio.
So they were still rolling out there.
Yeah, and at the Nutter Center.
Are you kidding me? It's called the Nutter Center.
It's called the Nutter Center.
Nutter. Yeah, I don't think they were scripted, but they did have an idea what they were going to say.
Yeah,
like, hey, I can say these things.
I liked
to you.
AJ bringing up, Evolution and Legacy and even the Wyatt family. That was a nice touch. Really calling Orton out. They made great points. It was like a big, solid tennis match, back and forth, and of course, it was well executed. So best Orton has sounded in quite some time. AJ too.
Yeah, this could be a pretty good pairing, because they've.
I was against it at first, that, and it seems I'm all about it now.
Yeah, I just always saw it as, well, Seth and Randy had a good match. And I remember thinking back then, like, are you kidding me? Seth is going to get Randy? This sucks. And then they had a great match at that WrestleMania. And by Super Chat.
Kingston wins and Vince says he has to beat Hogan.
Kingston wins and Vince says he has to beat Hogan. Wouldn't that be great if Vince marched out Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania to face Kofi? Like, and Vince was, and they were like painting it up like, oh, Vince really, really hates him this much that he made this phone call. He made a phone call like this. But yeah, they would never do that. Super Chat. No way. Hogan does that. Hogan would say no.
Smackdown was pretty good to me. Give it to me.
Give it to me, Dave! I want it, damn it, Dave! Thank you, Casey is rock. Casey
chiming in. Yeah, I'd give tonight a 4 out of 10.
That's what I gave Raw last night, I think.
Yeah, I enjoyed Raw a lot more, but SmackDown, like I said, a few good promos, but The wrestling left a lot to be desired. I was looking forward to that 8-man tag, and they just
it was
skipped
good.
all
And
the
then
entrances. They threw everybody together, and by the time anything started to happen, it was broken up. So,
well, yeah, I mean, they just did it so they could get that whole whatever the fuck. Yeah, it didn't work out, unfortunately. Yeah, storytelling. I mean, again, nothing really hit. You know,
and this is the kind of night you'd figure you'd see like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, well,
not this close to Mania. I mean, now at least we know for sure we've got AJ and Orton, which we already knew essentially. But besides that, I mean, there's just a lot of things that we still don't know who Daniel Bryan's facing. It's not like there's a set match for him at Mania. Kofi wants to get to Mania, but we don't already have a match.
Asuka and Sonya.
It could be a fatal 4-way.
Can we talk about Asuka and Sonya Deville in that horrible fucking ending?
That was really bad.
What
I thought
the
the tripping
fuck?
from Sunday was bad. This was even worse. She missed it entirely.
All you could see here was what they were going to try to do that they didn't do right, that they did, though. You know what I mean? What they were trying to do, and then they did wrong, but they did, though.
Yeah, and it's just nonsense. Them
She
trying to
slips-
she slipped on the apron yet again, and
Well, they
why
tried
don't
to say
why
that
don't they do
Mandy
thing
pulled
where,
the
she
apron.
bumps into her, or she inadvertently runs into her, or something like that. That works out. That's so much cleaner to handle.
The apron trick worked the first time, right? Because it was like a freak accident. Okay,
Yeah.
that's understandable. What a freak accident. I've never seen that really before. That was kind of cool. But then to recreate it in the opposite way tonight was like, that is just, wow, that is not believable. That is horrible.
Because it was such bullshit even the first time. Like, yeah, it did work because we hadn't seen it, but the reasons why she was going under the ring didn't quite add up because Mandy wasn't in peril. She wasn't about to lose. So even
I
worse
love
tonight.
you, Joe and Jake, and a non-gay way footages.
Casey is raw. I love you too, Casey. What's up? Mwah.
I love you in a gay way, though.
What they should have said is, she should have lost the match already, and then she should have said, Sonya, the next time I'm in trouble, I expect you to be there. Why can't you be there for me next time and do something? So then Sonya's like, okay. So then in that match, when she looks like she might lose, Sonya's looking for something under the ring. And you're like, oh, yeah, Sonya's panicking to try to make sure she's there for her, and then she fucks up with the apron. And then the next night, she runs into the other girl or something, but not the apron again. How goofy, dude, it was like Three Stooges shit.
Yeah. When's the last time we've seen a good ref bump, too?
You're
Knock
right,
the ref out.
You're right.
Go to hit her with the kendo stick and accidentally hit your partner. Just go to the classics. There's a reason they work. If everything else is copy and paste, might as well stick to the formula, because when you do trick chances, this looks ridiculous.
A lot of people didn't see what happened.
Kofi versus Vince at WrestleMania in an Uncle Tom's Cabin match.
CJ Crumb, thank you.
Oh, God.
For the $5 in an Uncle Tom cabin match. What the fuck? CJ Crumb, thanks, man. Yeah, but
Kofi, you're going to be fighting in the Underground Railroad.
Oh, my God. Dude, a lot of people didn't see this. That's the point. A lot of the crowd, first of all, the crowd just didn't see it. Crowd has no idea what the fuck happened. And on TV, most people on TV missed it unless you were like really watching. So, yeah, the whole thing is just bad. I can't believe it was. I gave it a pass last night, what happened. I thought that wasn't that bad. But what happened this time, you cannot excuse this. If you thought the other thing was a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10, I gave it a 7 out of 10 for the creativity of trying to do something. But this tonight was just abysmal horseshit. 804 is on the phone. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Joe? It's B.
Is it Beely?
What's up, man?
What's up, dude? How you been?
I'm doing all right, man. SmackDown was a piece of shit tonight, so.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like you said, the promos are all right, but Jesus, just I would have rather watched that. You could have I feel like we could have watched tonight's SmackDown within like 20 minutes. Like, just give me the highlights of what happened, and I'm done. Like I would rather come on and watch a review of SmackDown. Then you didn't have to watch it tonight. I mean, to be honest. Asuka versus Sonya Deville, by the way, Asuka wins. That's the right decision. I still think she's going to get what's-her-face at Mania, Lacey Evans.
But, yeah, but, I mean...
They're setting up a 2-on-1 with these two, though.
I know they haven't set up anything yet. I still like Matt's idea of Nikki, going ahead and seeing Nikki Cross take her down.
Oh.
But yeah, not Bella, not my Nika.
Well, no, Brie Bella. Brie Bella's retired too. We barely ever talked about that.
Yeah, I know.
Because
who cares?
Duh. But good on her though. Good on her for being like, you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hurt.
I respect that.
I'm gonna hurt myself or hurt somebody. She thought that I'm gonna hurt myself or hurt somebody. I don't need this. I'm on reality TV. We got the whole other stuff going. Brian wrestles.
I mean, she felt so bad with the Liv Morgan thing. She was really upset about it.
I do feel bad for her. She did get a lot of shit, and she did deserve some of it, but not as much as I feel bad because Brie got more shit than Nia Jax, and that's wrong. Nia Jax should get more shit than Brie Bella. Nia
got rewarded essentially.
Yeah, Nia got rewarded for being a retard. Fucking Brie Bella though, it's not her fault they keep putting her in these dumb positions. And at least she works out and trains and tries all the time, and I know Nia does too, but it just doesn't feel like it when you fucking when you're out of shape and out of wind, like in matches still. You're on TV. She's out of shape. It's not. You can be big and be in shape. Like it's not that. It's different. You can be fat and out of shape and in shape even. Like even me. Like I'm overweight. Like I'm like 218 still or 215, and I mean I can do like a flip, But if you look at me, you're like that chubby guy just did a flip. It's like I can do that stuff too. But if I start running around, I'll pass the fuck out because I have no stamina right now. And so, and you can see it on Nia that she's gassed, and that's why I swear to God, 80% of the time Nia Jax botches is because she's not balancing right. And a lot of that I feel like is because she's fatigued and she's kind of like lazing it up in the ring, and she like stumbles or falls or drops somebody or she falls while holding someone. Just over and over, it's like you're a fucking behemoth. How are you not holding on to these people? I never saw anybody big do that. I've seen big women wrestle, never saw them do that. I watched Awesome Kong. Awesome Kong didn't fucking fall all over the place like this. Bam Bam Bigelow didn't fall the fuck all over the place like this. Yokozuna didn't fall all over the place like this. Granted, he wasn't doing some of the things Nia does, but I don't recall a big person who had this little amount of coordination and appear to be fucking fatigued in most of the matches. And the coordination on her is like Nia Jax's accuracy and stamina would be fucking zero almost. Like it would be garbage. It would be so bad. Her balance, like if it was like balance, stamina, accuracy, like all three of those things would be like fucking at the bottom, But like, and even power wouldn't be that high because sometimes she can't even lift people the right way. It's like, but you're huge. So what do? What is it that Nia Jax really does besides appear to be a fucking tub of lard in there? Because most of the time that's what it seems to be. She got this kind of pretty face and she's huge. So when you look at her, you go, wow, what is that? And she's not like most girls. Yeah, you're not like most girls. You fucking are uncoordinated in the ring. Like, I mean, watch anybody else. Watch Awesome Kong.
Really. I mean, and like you said, I wish they did have breakdowns like that. It would be cool to see the statistics and numbers.
I've always wanted to create a website and just break them down myself. Like here's my review of this wrestler. I mean, fucking people will be pissed at me, but you know what?
Well, that's one of the things I've always enjoyed that you've done. You're able to surmise what they've done, what they've accomplished, and their abilities. And you say, this wrestler is a 7 out of 10 in the ring, and an 8 out of 10 on the mic. And I like that objective stance that you put forth.
Nothing's official, but it's just like off the top of my head. I feel like we can tell. Like and promo, right, Jake? Like look at Nia Jax, balance, power, promo. Nothing is good. What the hell is good about her?
Yeah, nothing. There's no rewarding, moment. There's no, nothing valid, no validity. It's just constant bullshit.
In NXT, I remember thinking that I liked some of Nia's promo and her look. She had a great look on her face. And I was like, yeah, she could do something. And she's had a couple matches where she was all right, but she actually was better in NXT. I almost want to say she's better in NXT.
Yeah, and I mean, even then, she barely accomplished anything in NXT. I mean, right off the bat, she lost to Bayley, and then just fell from, whatever kind of goodwill they built up with her being a monster heel. She started off, she was supposed to be this incredible threat towards Bayley's title run, and Bayley made her tap and beat her up repeatedly. And then from there, she just got her ass kicked again and again and again by everybody. So it was a waste.
Because she's just not good. I'm trying to think, like, what's the name of her fucking finisher again?
Nia's, I can't even think of the name.
I don't even remember.
That's how much she stands out in your mind.
So, like, I mean, really, there isn't a lot to her. Like, and it's not like trying to bury somebody or hurt her feelings or something. I feel angry because it's like I'm annoyed. It's just like a waste of a person. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of wastes going on.
That's just it, because she's taking up spots from somebody else that I feel like better deserves it. And to me, it's not even just like, we've seen people with less ring ability. You look at Eva Marie. My God, if Nia's a 2, Eva was a 1. And
yeah, Nia's better than Eva Marie. I mean,
and I mean, yeah, no doubt about that. But the problem is that her attitude is what really, really upsets me, Nia Jax. It's okay to be confident. It's okay to to feel proud of your body of work and whatnot. But she just plays the victim constantly, comes down on everybody else, and she always has this social justice freaking stance about herself. The virtue signaling never ends, and it's just so infuriating.
Yeah, dude. She legit reminds me of girls I used to know in high school, or still just that like nasty girl or ugly girl who's like mean for some reason and weird.
Yeah. And she feels like she's, well, she is a huge hypocrite as well, because I mean, she'll just call anybody out for any type of, even if it's valid criticism, people not being mean towards her, just saying like, I didn't care for that match. Oh, you're a bully. Oh, you're, but then she will literally go and tear someone else down for looks, for abilities, for whatever it may be. We've seen it time and time again. While she's calling out Grimm for what he said in a joking way, she's actually attacking somebody else doing the same thing to them. It's just that hypocritical nature drives me insane as well.
Yeah, and I get when you make a mistake, and you call someone out, or when you talk back, and when you have a big audience, I get that it's also difficult. When somebody is mean to you on social media, you if you say something like, "Oh, really? I'm a fat bitch," like, or whatever, like that, your masses are gonna attack them. And so I get that. I don't blame her. You got to be aware of it. I've used it before. If somebody said something really fucked up to me, I'm like, well, that's kind of mean. Take a look at this. And then I just let everybody else fight with the guy. So I get that. And she did apologize in the end. But I'm just strictly, I think, I don't, forget all her stuff. Forget her social media. Forget her social justice. Forget everything. Just look at the actual performer. Pretend her name is Bernard. I don't care.
Yeah.
Literally, the in-ring stuff is bad. The stamina is bad. She appears lazy. She doesn't appear powerful. She hurts people and almost hurts people. Botches left and right. It is just a mess. Promo work is questionable. Just, I don't know why we're burying her right now, but like, just Jesus, what the fuck?
Hell yeah! I miss wrestling, crying face, Vince won't hire me again, hashtag RIP to me.
Big Daddy V, I appreciate that, man. Rest in peace.
Her finisher for a while was the powerbomb, and then she did the Samoan drop, but I don't even remember having a name for it.
I think she does it off the top rope now, or the second rope a lot of times. When she wins, she seems to do it off the second rope, I think.
Yeah, she was even doing that running senton at times. It looked like it was going to break someone's face in.
Hell yeah!
That's scary.
Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a charming negress. Give it to me, Jake. Give me what I want.
We're going to give it to you. We're going to give you everything you want, Casey. We're going to double team you. I'm sorry. Imagine that. Me and you just leave our wives and. 313.
That's the dream.
That's the dream. The fuck? 313. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Joe?
What's up, man? Who's this?
This is Broken Lion.
Again? Oh, Broken. I talked to you earlier, right? What's up, Broken? How you doing, man? I'm in a weird mood.
What's going on? So I'm gonna keep this quick because I'm gonna go kill my cat after this and fuck his dead body.
Oh yeah.
So I enjoyed the promos tonight, but I didn't like the wrestling.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're all pretty much agreeing now that the promos were good. Wrestling was just garbage. We didn't need it. And had they had like one or even two great matches on top of these promos, we'd be sitting here talking about a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, because I give it a 4. And the promo I really enjoyed the most was Randy Orton and AJ Styles. But the only problem I really have with that promo is that Orton. Why does Orton keep saying he's the youngest WWE champion when he won the World Championship?
I think they. I don't know. Honestly, because he wasn't the WWE World Champion. I think he's saying that because if you remember, they unified the belts like multiple times. So technically, like that belt also represents the world title. You know, so it's the same thing, I guess. Once they unified it, it becomes, I guess, the same thing.
Vince also was said to be picky about referencing previous titles. He wants you just to reference, current belts and stuff. So
yeah, this is like dealing with Star Trek and its alternate timelines and shit like that. It gets really confusing. This is why I never liked 2 world belts in the first place. I hate it.
Yeah, I do too. Hey, Joe, thanks for taking my calls. My phone keeps the shit, so thanks.
All right, Broken. Oh, diddle me. I hope you heard that. I love Broken Lion, man. He called in earlier when I was doing my random show, and we almost sucked each other off. I'll just come out and say it.
You just admit it.
Yeah, I mean
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man.
We almost got interracial.
Here we go. Oh,
interracial.
No.
Raw and SmackDown were both great this week. 10 out of 10 for both shows.
All right, CJ Crumb. Send the peyote to my house, all right? Jesus, CJ Crumb. I almost wonder if he's just trying to be like, well, let me get this. I'll get this chat talking, man.
Yeah, really.
I'll get
things up and spinning. I mean, we knew that when you break it all down, we knew Mustafa Ali was only added into Sunday's match to take the pin. It protected Kevin Owens. And that's unfortunate because he originally had Kofi's spot. But Vince, I guess, was upset because he didn't intend on getting Mustafa booed out of the building.
Super Chat Party.
That was a super chat party, but they didn't say anything. And that is Fred. Fred is thank you for the $1 Canadian, Fred. I appreciate that. And I got to go. I got the phone call coming up here. Let me just get the phone call up. Hold on 1 second. We got the 301 on the phone, but I got to get it open because I'm a dum-dum.
Yeah, but you figure, Vince was upset that Mustafa got booed, and whose fault is that, though? It's the way you handled it. It's not Mustafa's fault, but had it already been announced that he was going to be in the match, you made it seem like Kofi was coming out to get his chance.
Right.
He should have learned his lesson by now. I mean, look what happened when they did this all with Daniel Bryan. Rey Mysterio comes out, gets booed. The Rock comes out, gets booed. It doesn't matter because it wasn't Daniel Bryan. We've seen this happen time and time again.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing I can say is Daniel Bryan's doing a pretty good job of being champion, but it's starting to unfortunately fall a little bit under the radar. I really want to believe Daniel Bryan is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And to me, this is what I've been saying in the past, too, that it just feels a little bit like, it feels more like Daniel Bryan's the Intercontinental Champion. Like, it feels like the IC belt right now and the United States belt are just kind of belts, and we don't really care that much about them, and they're just belts. But Daniel Bryan feels like he's the Intercontinental Champion, and it feels like legit that there is no world champion. Or maybe Brock does feel like the world champion, but because we never see him at all, it is just whatever. And, you know, Vince McMahon, I get it. Special attraction, all these type of things, blah, 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 blah. I get it. But in this day and age, it is so different now, and you can see it. We're all starting to realize it now, how fast-paced everything is and the audience changing. That special attraction shit doesn't work. I know that they're like, well, let's go back to like the time when Hulk Hogan was champion and it was defended every 5 months or whatever. No, because it doesn't work. And I agree that I always thought I wanted that too. Like, you know, make them be champion longer, keep them off TV a little more. And yes, I agree. Sometimes do that a little bit, but this is too much. This is making people completely apathetic or whatever.
You're on.
I don't know, and I'm sorry that
since SummerSlam, what, 2014?
And by the way,
we saw Suplex City.
I apologize for that guy who said that stuff about kitty catties, because I know he struck a nerve probably with New York out there. You know, Mr. Mustang. It struck a chord with Mr. Mustang. But you know, that being said, sometimes shit happens. You know, I get it. But Daniel Bryan feels, and I love Daniel Bryan. I love what they've done with Daniel Bryan. But to be honest, to me right now, there is no Intercontinental belt because there's no story with it really that much. I mean, yeah, the Bobby Lashley Finn Balor thing is happening, and they're going to probably push that. But again, Daniel Bryan feels like the Intercontinental belt. I don't know why, but
well, like you said too, the special attraction doesn't work. We've seen Lesnar do this since SummerSlam 2014. He won the belt. Suplex City was, you know, birthed that night, and then from there we've gotten the exact same, pretty much except for maybe 2 instances, the same match, the same promo, and the same, you know, sparse appearances.
Well,
that's been it.
Let me jump on this caller. I'm sorry I hung up on him a minute ago, and now I'm gonna take a call. 912, you're on the phone.
Hey, Cronin.
Hello.
It's Mustang Man.
Oh shit. Oh my God!
I know everybody in the chat. I know everybody in the chat's all crazy. It's Mustang Man. Listen, you call me after your show's over. I got something to talk to you about.
JD? What the hell?
The one and only calling in the show.
That was JD.
That really was.
What the hell? JD? He hung up. He hung up the phone.
He called in.
What the hell?
For you to call him after the show.
Told me to call him.
To talk about. I know he reached out to me to speak and make things civil. I just didn't get a chance to talk to him yet, but that was surprising. That's unprecedented. I didn't see that happening.
Whoa, brother! Whoa! Call him after the show.
That sounds serious.
Whoa. Wow.
He even acknowledged it. Said it's Mustang Man. So
I can't believe he called. He hung up, but he called. But man, what is going on right now? What is going on? What is it?
That was unexpected.
What does it mean? Well, okay, we'll have to give him a call after I'm done here with this with the SmackDown review. Let's go to another caller. Shit, they're coming in. Wow, 301, what's up?
Hey guys, I just want to say what the hell is with all the replays?
What the hell's with what?
All the replays every 2 seconds. We got to go back again. Like, gotta someone pick somebody. They got to show the replay of it every time someone's in the.
Oh man, your phone's breaking up. I'm sorry. I know why JD called. Your phone's breaking up, 301. Try to call back or get a better signal or something. I know why JD called. JD called because he wants me to give it to him. You want me to give it to you, JD? I'll give it to you. You want it? I'll give it to you. No, I really don't know. We'll find out. We'll find the fuck out, I guess. I don't know. 301, I'm sorry, man. Your phone was just fucked up. I don't know what. I didn't even hear what he said. It was in and out and in and out. Liddell McGee, what's up? Thanks for subbing to the channel. I appreciate it. Grab yourself a beer. Let's have a drink. And let's talk about SmackDown tonight in the chat. What do you guys think in the chat right now? Out of a 10, what was SmackDown? 3 out of 10, 10 out of 10. What do you think? Let's see the chat light up, guys. And guys, don't forget to leave a like. The likes are fucking need to get better, for Christ's sake.
So is Co's finisher officially the stunner?
That's what they said, Fred Solly. Jake talked about it.
They changed it.
Yeah, that Jake said weeks ago that they were changing it to the stunner. So,
and Stone Cold even gave his approval.
Yeah, so there you go. Interesting stuff. And let's try this guy. 908, what's up?
What's going on, buddy boy?
What's going on, buddy boy? Who's this?
Calling you from the depths of New Jersey. Yeah.
Oh my God, man! Is this the Macho Man? Super Chat. Hey,
None.
El Extravaganza, thanks for the $2 super chat. Well, you're in New Jersey, so I know you're having trouble breathing right now because New Jersey is the smokestack state.
It's not really the Macho Man. Else would be calling from the depths of hell.
Yeah, you're down in hell for all that fucking Brock Turner shit you did to Miss Elizabeth's asshole.
And Stephanie. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking good tonight, Stephanie.
Oh, sorry. I can't. My voice is fucked up. 908, though. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Wasn't saying much, honestly, dude. I just saw you on the live and then saw the phone number, and I felt like I had to call.
I like that, man. Now, if your friend's in the background, what I want you to do right now, throw up on his crotch right now.
That sounds like a plan.
Do it.
I can definitely get that done.
Here it comes. He's gonna puke.
Give me what I want.
Oh my God, dude. What the fuck? But yeah, New Jersey, unfortunately for you guys, is the smokestack state. I get it, man. Last year at Grimmomania, I eliminated Grimm from the Battle Royal, the Memorial Battle Royal, in memory of Grimm's own grandmother. Wow. How about that? He's mourning this lady or whatever, and there she went, man. And there he went, right out of the Rumble. You remember what happened last year, Grimm? And I know why this is the whole reason why Grimm, didn't want to invite me to Grimmomania this year. I get it. I totally get it because I embarrassed Grimm. And Grimm, I'll remind you of it until the day you die, bro. And I might be the reason why you die, to be honest. With your little stupid ring. By the way, how does it feel? If you had hired me like I told you to, maybe Grimm's Toy Show would be doing a hell of a lot better. Maybe you would still be in this nice, warm, heated garage area with a rented space, with a working bathroom, a toilet. But no. What happened to you, Grimm? You're outside in the elements, in the cold. You're wrestling outside in the cold in a backyard. You went from being a kind of legitimate sort of indie promotion thing to back to the old backyard wrestling. Oh, a 40-year-old man wrestling in his backyard, naming cups and championships after dead grandparents. You're pathetic, bro. You are pathetic. Almost as pathetic as this fat blueberry in the middle of the ring right there. But you are pathetic. And you acted surprised when I showed up, but the fact of the matter is, You should have known that I was coming. And this is exactly why you didn't invite me then. You invited me down here to just, maybe, stop on by, Joe, if you want, maybe, I guess. Stop on by, haha. Well, guess what? I did stop by. You look surprised. I called your bluff. I drove 7 hours from Boston. I called your bluff. You invited me, but you didn't expect me to come. You were like, oh, sure, yeah, come on down, Joe. We'll figure something out. If I didn't come down, you never would have said there's a battle royal. You never would have said there's a match here or the match there. No, never would have happened, Grim. Because you stacked the deck. You go out there and you hire some of the biggest misfits in all of independent wrestling. You put them in a ring and you make yourself try to look good. You're like that big, fat Nia Jax, all right? You're like big, fat Nia Jax's friends or her friends, right? You're like the semi-decent looking girl who goes around getting really disgusting friends to hang out with her at clubs so that she's the best looking one. You stacked the deck, you rigged the game. All for ego. And so you can feel good about yourself, for that adulation. I mean, even your goddamn referee looks like a walrus who fell over. Everybody involved. And quite frankly, Grim, you said that I was scared, I didn't want to get in the ring and all these other things. I'm smart. I waited. I haven't wrestled. I haven't been in shape. I'm not in shape. And yet I still outsmarted you. You wrestle every single day. Every day you wrestle, Grim. I hadn't wrestled in God knows how long. And I outsmarted you, Grim. It's not hard to do. You pulled me out of the ring while you were outside the ring. Yeah, maybe you could say that outsmarted me. Sure, whatever. I didn't cheat, though. I got in the ring when I wanted to. I played by all the rules. And I eliminated you, fair and square. And so this year you didn't invite me at all.
To be in this battle royal right now! Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I know who I am! I'm Joe Cronin! I've got 60,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I drove all the way from the greatest city of Boston, Massachusetts, this crap hole, New Jersey town! It smells like manure out here!
It smells like manure because there's smokestacks everywhere. And by the way, I've only gained 3,000 subs in a year. Fuck. Oops.
Right now! So many other YouTubers are up here! Trying to get on my show, trying to get attention, trying to get subscribers.
Tell you what, if they ever recast for the Wizard of Oz, we got about 19 munchkins in that ring right there that will work for about $3 an hour.
60,000 subscribers. Yes. That's cute. We got 166.
Yeah, now Doo-Hop thinks he's cute by throwing out his subscriber count, but it's too bad you piggybacked off of Grimm's toy show. In fact, Doo-Hop has a kid. I am 100% sure that at some point that's going to get taken away from him. I don't know. This guy can't even take care of himself, let alone a kid. I don't even trust him taking care of that belt right now. I'm worried about that belt he's holding in his hands. And this is a year ago, so that belt is probably long pawned off somewhere.
So I'm gonna win? No, you
Watch
lost.
me outsmart Grim.
Nothing. Good.
Watch this, Grim. Watch me outsmart you here.
Hey, sir. Oh, there goes Walmart Janetti. Over the top rope. Oh.
And out you go, Grim. And out you go. That's called using your head. It's called using your head, bro. And I was completely out of shape last year. I'm in better shape now. And that's why, and you knew that. And that's why no invite for Cronin. No invite for Cronin. But you went and invited JD. I know why you invited JD. I just told everybody right here. Everybody heard me. You invited JD to come down for Grimomania because he's not a wrestler. And listen, I know that I'm not really a wrestler anymore. I'm a commentator now myself. But let me tell you this. JD was never a wrestler. At least I was. You know that. JD's never wrestled before. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's also about 5'3". He has no idea what he's doing. He's 5'3", and you knew that, and that's why you brought him down there. That's why you get all these guys involved. So all your big YouTuber friends, you, Tubby Emu, and the list goes on. You just try to make yourself look awesome. And you take advantage of all these clout sniffers, and then you beat the shit out of them. It's rigged. You're like a boxer who goes out looking for the worst guy and books an event, takes home millions for beating the shit out of fucking a 3 out of 10 when you're yourself are a 6 or 7. But you're looking at a 9 or a 10 right here. And if I get in shape, it is a 10, Grim. So that's it. That's all I got to say about that. We'll find out what happens. We'll see what happens this year at Grimomania. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Fucking Shane McNeil.
Tonight Sonya wrestled like she forgot to take her girlfriend's 12-in dildo out of her snatch. Pip pip cheerio fuckers. Love you, Joe and Jake.
Pip pip cheerio fuckers. Yo, Goon, what's up, Goon? That was funny as shit, dude. I love you, Goon.
Cheerio.
All right, anyway, we'll find out what happens. We'll find out what happens at Grimomania, Grim.
I mean, Grim is in shape. The shape of a pear.
Super Jet. Where the hell is Bray Wyatt?
Grim, your
Who
wife.
gives a fuck?
Grim's wife's in the shape of sadness. Brandon Brown, where the hell's Bray?
I'm sorry, Brandon, but who gives the fuck about Bray Wyatt anymore?
He's never coming
We've been
back.
waiting for so long. He's been on house shows.
Super Jet. I was thinking, why Randy and AJ again, but promo's good.
It was good. I think they could have good chemistry, though, so I'm down with it at WrestleMania. And Bray Wyatt, I mean, he's plowing JoJo again because she's preggo, right? So he's taking care of the baby.
Get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, no.
Booker T. He's known as the 5 times WCW champ when Ric Flair won most of his titles in NWA, WCW.
Well, that's true. I mean, Alex Extravaganza, what a great name, I guess. I mean, Ric Flair, what did he win? 2 WWE titles, right? I think Ric Flair only held the belt twice. So I think somebody would have to remind me. I don't know how many times he's won what, to be honest.
Kind of felt like Vince was talking about Harlem Heat tonight.
Yeah.
You know, well, especially Stevie Ray, you know, he's like, what are you going to do if it wasn't for your tag team?
I'm just so
you would
sick
never
of you
be
little
in the Hall of
meth
Fame
head
on your own.
devil worshippers.
Well, Stevie Ray thinks he was voted in by the fans today.
Bite out of your face.
God bless Stevie Ray.
Hey Cronin, make your match against JD a no-holds-barred loser off YouTube for a year. Let's raise the stakes.
Ronnie Jones. Ronnie, thank you for the $10. What match against JD? I wish I could have a match against JD. If I could have a match against JD, I don't know what would happen.
Forget no holds barred. It's no holds balls.
No holds balls. Ah, man. I'm antsy because I haven't been calling wrestling in the last 5 months. I'm antsy. I'm very antsy, Jake. It's really fucking me up.
And it's not the gonorrhea.
Yeah, it's not the gonorrhea. It's the
you're ready to go, baby.
I feel the
ring is calling you.
Sadness.
FYI, Joe, no notification was pushed. Didn't get it.
The Goon. Hey, Goon, thanks, man. That's bullshit, man. That sucks. Which is weird because we got a good amount of people watching, though, tonight. Like 844 for a SmackDown review is pretty good.
Cronin do hop screw job on Grim? Hee hee.
I don't know, man. Why? Does Doo-Hop have a problem with Grim, Goon? I got a problem with Doo-Hop. I don't like Doo-Hop.
Pour me a beer. You've got a new subscriber.
Doo-Hop, man. He's about 5 more. He's about 1 chromosome away from being a science experiment. Hey, Kyle Davis, or Davivs, thank you for subbing to the channel, man. I appreciate that. Thanks, man. All right, this guy wants to get through. Let's take 301. Oh, I hung up on him. My bad. I tried to take a call. I'm sorry. Anyway, closing thoughts on SmackDown, Jake, there?
I really hope they get into a faster gear for WrestleMania because this does not feel at all like, the coming weeks is Mania time.
I mean, to me, this just feels like every last 3 years, it's felt like this to me. But for some reason, I have not heard like this many people complaining though. To me, honestly, this is a better build than the last 3 years, but it still doesn't feel like Mania. But
there's just too many possibilities and too many wild cards. We don't have matches set yet, so people are getting upset, rightfully so. We don't know who Daniel's facing. We don't know who Asuka's facing. We don't know who the Usos are facing. We don't know who. We don't have many things set. We have 9 titles that can be defended, and we have, what, 2 of those set at this point in time?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think if they said it too early, again, people would like lose the interest. But I think that's.
I mean, they could at least set up some things better to have a certain trajectory, and
they need to start setting up these
they're
stories.
Just skipping around all over the place.
All they have to do is look back at the Attitude Era, where like you found out a guy was facing a guy at the next pay-per-view in 35 days, and watch some of the stories that they did leading up to that, and you're like, that was good. Maharaja. Subscribe. The Maharaja. Thank you for subbing. Let's take a phone call. 401. What's up? Hey, 401. What's up, 401? Man, that voice changer is so slow and deep that nobody can understand what the fuck you just said.
Is that Justin Bailey calling in?
Is that Bailey? Hey, Bailey, what's up, Bailey?
I am glad to hear that his wife's okay. Keisha's good. That was good to get the update.
Well, she's kind of okay. She's at home.
I mean, she's got clots, but they're able to treat her at home with blood thinners and whatnot. So that's
Yes, I did see the Columbus.
Revelation.
The Columbus and Bruins game earlier. I did see it. What the fuck was that game, dude? 7-4. Why did we lose to Columbus Blue Jackets? We keep beating all these awesome. We beat the shit out of all these awesome teams, and now we're playing Columbus Blue Jackets, and we lose 7-4. The hell was that game earlier? What a weird game. Anyway, dude, nobody can understand you. That voice changer sounds like it's an Xbox voice changer from 2004. But, fuck it, we tried. I'm going to go ahead and say 4 out of 10 for SmackDown as well. Not very good. And they tried. Now we got to get back to next week. I don't know how bad the rating's going to be, but I don't know, man.
I think SmackDown's going to slip a bit more this week.
Yeah.
There wasn't really anything. I mean, I looked
there was nothing
forward to advertised matches, but they didn't really stick to it, and even those weren't like huge moments. So,
yeah, I think there's trouble for the SmackDown viewership this week. Mo fuck boy. Mike says the Blue Jackets opened a can of whoop ass. Yeah, they did. It was a lot of. I didn't see it all. I probably tuned out. I think I missed the first half of the first period, and then I missed the third period. So
you missed your period?
I missed my period. Yeah.
Fuck! If I got you pregnant, I got problems.
Dude, that'd be great if like when women miss periods, like not like because they're pregnant, but like they just skip for some reason. When they start getting in their late 30s, I guess that can happen.
Yep.
I'm like, you're just sitting there with Leah, and you're like, oh man, and she's like, I don't have it. That's fucked up. I don't know. I'm just being weird. I'm in a weird mood. I'm in a weird goddamn because I'm so bored. I wanted to get entertained by SmackDown, and I was not
surprisingly
entertained.
entertained by Raw last night. Usually doesn't happen. I was on a high note for the review and everything.
Yeah.
Tonight I'm dead. I mean, I feel like shit to begin with, but this really killed me. So it made everything just worse.
Yeah, I got you there because I mean I'm tired and I'm in good health.
I was expecting more from tonight. I went into the end of last night saying that the 8-man tag, that's going to be exciting. I really thought they were going to do more with Ricochet and Black with the Hardys teaming together. Like I thought we could have seen some really innovative offense, and we got nothing. We didn't get anything worthwhile from the whole night.
Shit.
Last night we had a good mix of some good moments with promos and some really good matches. Tonight we didn't get shit. So maybe a 4 is even too high.
Wait, what? A 4 is too high? Yeah,
might be
right. I mean, seriously. Somebody wanted to said, what about the clown video you did with Grimm? Yeah, I guess I could play that to play us out tonight. I guess if you want, sure.
That's classic.
That was fun though. Yeah, it was fun. I don't know where the video is of that.
Third was.
Yeah, here's the video. I found it. Yeah, I could play that for you. I'm sure Grim would enjoy that. I came and I got him, man. I dressed up as a fucking clown and I tried to take out Grim. You know, it almost worked. God damn it. So I mean, safe to say, I think they're gonna tune up the band for next SmackDown. Hopefully next week will be better.
I hope so. Excuse me. I hope so.
It's just too bad they weren't able to give us both the promos and the matches tonight. I don't know why.
It's again the problem where they can only do one or the other. They can only focus on, it feels like, one thing at a time.
Yeah. I mean,
my expectations were too high. I got a little bit spoiled at the end last night, and that was the thing too. That's why I gave Raw a little bit of a lesser rating, because they had good stuff, but it was essentially pointless. You know, Dean's match doesn't do anything. I enjoyed it for what it was, but I mean, there's nothing going forward. We keep hearing about Dean and his stuff. They have the overseas tour advertised as the Shield. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and honorary Shield member Braun Strowman taking on Drew, Baron, and Bobby. So,
oh my God, you suck, Braun, you loser.
Honorary
Shield member, dude. Put a bullet in yourself.
I want to see him with the SWAT gear on, but I want it like 2 sizes too small. That would be fucking hilarious. Like a tiny little SWAT vest and fingerless gloves, and having him march down there with high waters on. I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
Oh my God, dude. I'm fucking dying.
At least when Kurt filled in, it was silly. It was Bring Your Dad to Work Day, but it made sense with the storyline. Having Braun fill in is just fucking lazy. Just don't do it. Just don't have the Shield without... It's not the Shield without Dean. That's like having DX be, goddamn Finn Balor and Triple H. DX. It doesn't work.
I can't believe that. I'm just picturing him with that little vest and a little helmet or something.
Kane and Bray Wyatt, the Brothers of Destruction.
Oh my God. That is so funny.
And the one thing from Raw that I hated, the Braun Strowman car angle. Well, that Colin Jost guy from SNL or Weekend Up, whatever, that asshole from
Nobody
SNL.
knows who these guys are from SNL.
I didn't know because I don't watch SNL. So
Nobody does.
He said to Braun on Twitter, not to make a big fuss, but that was a rental. I didn't pay for insurance. So maybe you can send me the money and reimburse me. That was fucking great. Braun should have, the guy that gave him the car should have said, oh, there was a card. And after he destroyed it, been like, oh, there was a card, and Braun opens it, and it's like, it was a rental? At least then I would have fucking laughed. Where was that added in last night? It was just all
that guy probably,
he
might have just been ad-libbing, randomly. That's funny to say, haha, and then said it. May have nothing to do.
Probably, but I'm saying I wish they had that kind of idea yesterday. And then he says, P.S., are you watching The Bachelor? Crazy. That's funny. That's
funny, yeah. AJ in the chat, AJ Moore just goes, hey, Cassius Ohno, you want your slot back in the Shield?
There you go. Now's your time.
Yeah, he seems so goofy now that he could, when you think about him being in the Shield now, you're just like, really? He just seems so goofy for the Shield.
Me a beer. You've got a new subscriber.
John Cena subscribed. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! We have a new subscriber to the Joe Cronin Show. And his name is John Cena.
John Cena has subscribed to the Joe.
Super Chat. Super Chat.
Congrats, Joe and Jake, on the butt baby.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
It's coming out with brown lips.
It's a hybrid.
Casey is raw. Thank you.
It's non-binary, so we don't know what the gender is.
Ronnie Jones, thanks for
He'll
subbing.
Get to choose.
And the other person who else subbed a minute ago?
John Cena subscribed to the Joe Cronin Show. The Thugonomics.
All right. I just
and like Derek and Matt said in the chat, Eminem's camp denies his involvement. Yeah.
Oh my God.
18 minutes after.
If I'm going to go see Captain Marvel, should I go see it in Dolby Cinema or IMAX? And this show sucked.
Don't see it in 3D.
Last night Raw was so much better.
Nate Dogg, what up, Nate Dogg? Do not see it in 3D. Okay, I did not see it in 3D, but I can tell you this movie is not made for 3D. This movie is not, I repeat, not made for 3D. There are so many dark scenes, and it is such a dark-toned movie that I believe, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe somebody who saw it in 3D would say, Joe, you're wrong, it was awesome. But I believe that this movie it's not made for 3D. It isn't. That's just a fact.
It wasn't filmed in 3D. A friend of mine saw it in 3D and hated it.
See,
said it was not a good 3D watch. And he saw it twice, actually, because he wanted to see it in 3D.
Right.
And then he said, I had to go back and see it in non-3D because I missed a good amount. So
yeah, it's too dark. There's fucking retarded that they put this in 3D. What a joke. The colors are dark. The lighting is dark. A lot of times, half the movie takes place in darkness or in like dark-toned areas. Do not see in 3D. Absolutely no. Now, IMAX, regular IMAX? I mean, they didn't shoot it in IMAX, but...
Yeah, but
sure.
usually they upscale those kind of things, and it's not bad.
Yeah, it probably looks pretty good. I mean, that film's pretty big anyway. But
they have those real 3D theaters that you don't have to see it in 3D, but it's still like the gigantic screens that they're like mini IMAXs in a sense.
Right. Yeah, it's
not full IMAX. Those are usually what you would go for, I say. Cinemark has those things. They're like the real D theaters.
Yeah, right. I think we've run our course here on this review, sort of. I think Jake needs to go to bed. And quite honestly, I need to go to bed because I've been up all day as well and early. Didn't have a break. I can't say that I may not go do something, have a coffee, and may come back on and broadcast again in a little while.
Down some 5-hour energy.
Yeah, I may actually show back up again. I don't know for that for a fact, though, but I'm just putting it out there. Keep an eye on your notifications. Make sure you watch my videos, click the like buttons, share the videos, binge my videos, and YouTube will suggest me to you. If you sub to me and you don't really watch that much, YouTube won't suggest you. And they also won't notify you when I go live and shit, even if you have the notification stuff set. Because YouTube is just different now. You have to, if you don't engage on my channel, they won't show you me. That's why all the people, and it makes no sense for like people like the Goon. The Goon watches everything. The Goon's always here. The Goon watches everything. Probably clicks on videos multiple times as the Goon is watching, and he goes to take a break to do something, then comes back. And so why does the Goon not get notified? So who knows if there's any rhyme or reason to this YouTube algorithm at this point. And I have to go call JD. We planned on doing some things here, but JD, obviously from New York, called, and he said, I can't believe it, and he told me to call him, and
he surprisingly hijacked the show.
I don't know what's going on. We got to figure out what is going on. I don't know if he's going to sue me. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Someone at Euro Trash goes, you need to waste about 15 minutes of your life and call him. We'll be fine. We'll have to figure it out.
I gotta go get some more bananas. I need more fruit.
Man, this really is WrestleMania time. Yeah, why don't you go eat some fruit? I know what you said about me. I heard what you said.
Banana.
You fuck.
I'm sad.
Maybe he's calling to. Maybe he's trying to. Maybe he wants me to fire you or something.
Maybe get that letter in the mail from law offices.
I mean, you don't know. All right, listen, guys.
I only eat fruit if it's phallic, so that's why I like bananas.
I love bananas, dude. Because number one, you can eat them, but you can also fit them. They're like the first dildo.
Yeah, you told me keep practicing, so.
Yes, it worked for Paige. It can work for you too. Just don't share the videos. All right, guys, listen. We'll see you tomorrow. I will play you out with the time that I had to dress up like a clown and attack Grim. It's just it has to happen. In a fucking clown outfit with a mask you can't see shit out of. And Grim, I'm gonna find a way to get to Grimomania, Grim, and I'm gonna find a way to hurt you, bro. I will find a way. I'll be live tomorrow night with Out of Nowhere right here with Connor and Jake. And tomorrow night, hopefully tomorrow night, legit. I'm hoping tomorrow night for PUBG. All right, for real. A gaming party tomorrow night right here on the Joe Cronin Show. But right now, I got to call JD. I don't know what's going on. All right, guys. We'll see you. Jake, I'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, everybody. Stay sexy. Have a good night.
Mwah. At Countdown Ended on Twitter. At Joe at Corrupted Pod is my Twitter.
In the ring, come on! We gotta do something about it!
We gotta do something about it!
I can't believe it's Grimmomania already, guys. Oh my God, Grim, you son of a bitch. Everybody tweet Grim and tell him Joe Cronin is going to find a way to Grimmomania. Everybody tweet Grim and tell him Joe Cronin will find a way to Grimmomania.
What the hell is this clown? Now you got a clown in the ring. You want to go one-on-one with the fat one? You want to get married jungle style? Let's do this! Get him, Artis! Come on! Get him! Come on! What is this? What the fuck?
Yeah, get him, Grim. Grim, rip his mask off.
Take his mask off. Take his mask
Get his
off.
mask off.
JD only wants to work with you to clear his name from the negativity he is getting for what he did to Jake.
JD is wow, the Goon is saying JD wants to work with me to clear his name from the negativity he's getting for what he did to Jake. Wow. What a sadistic thing. You're saying he's calling me because he wants to work with me, Goon? That could be the most diabolical thing that I've ever heard of. But that may indeed be the reason. Wow. Goon, you might be onto something. Wait a second.
You're in trouble now.
Come on, Grim, get him, get him. I told you it wasn't me. Get him. Come on.
Drop.
What you gonna do, clowns? Come on.
What the?
Why did you stop him? Why did you stop him? He said you're in grease lightning. Jesus Christ! Come on, Wampus!
You're going
Those mysterious clown sightings have started trickling down to our area. The last two reported in Burke and McDuffie counties, with the latest coming just yesterday morning.
Come on, who's with me? Who's with me?
I'm with you, brother.
Kama's with me.
I'm with you. About that, like...
What?
I gotta go home and feed my goldfish.
Really, Wampus?
I'd like to hunt for clowns.
Come on, you know I got that clown on the run, man. Killjoy's in jail. We don't got anything to worry about. Let's get in the woods and let's kill this clown, Womp.
Fluffy's hungry. I gotta...
Really? Fluffy?
Yeah.
Really? All right, let's do this. Come on. Come on, Trusty, let's go.
And all of a sudden, a face like that jumps out to scare you. Well, for some, that's their worst nightmare.
Keep your eyes peeled, Kama. Right, this clown could come out of anywhere.
I know, dude.
And when we find him, we're gonna kick his ass.
Fuck yeah, we are.
All right? Just keep your eyes peeled. Because he could be anywhere.
I'm looking.
He could be anywhere. We don't want to miss him. We don't want to miss him.
Grim?
What?
Do you not see him right there?
There he is!
Oh! Hit him!
We're gonna miss him! Hit it! Yeah! Oh! No! What the?
I know this guy.
It's Joe Cronin! Yeah! You're a YouTuber! What are you doing? Oh! Get back here! No!
What the fuck?
Get back here! here, Cronin! Come on, you son of a bitch! Yeah! Gotcha! Gotcha! You sack of shit! You sanctimonious sack of shit! What the fuck are you doing with Killjoy the Clown? This guy's been stalking me for 2 weeks now! Why are you involved with this shit?
You have no idea what Killjoy's got in store for you.
What?
You have no idea what he's capable of.
I know! You have to tell me! No!
You have no idea what he's gonna do to you!
What a fucking moron! You fucking too stupid! Listen to me, Killjoy! You see, it's that easy for me to take out your stupid fucking cringe carnival clowns. Bring the rest of your cringe carnival, bitch, because I will end every damn one of them. If you ever get out of jail, jackass. Hey, don't drop the soap and watch out for Big Bubba and the BBC, bitch! And if you're not down with that, we got 3 words for you. Eat it, yeah! God damn it! I gotta go count some eggs. All right. Believe that bullshit?
Over 50 million views. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother. This country sucks! This place sucks! CNN masturbated all fucking day. Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass! I wanna kill myself! It sucks, I tell you!
The Joe Cronin Show.